Guru Nation, welcome to the clinicaltrialsguru.com. I almost said random musings from the clinicaltrialsguru.com, but this piece of content will not be appropriate for audio podcasts because it's all visual. As you can see here, I'm recording my screen because it's all about Facebook ads, and it'd be insanity for you to listen and not be able to see what I'm talking about because it gets kind of complicated. It's not difficult to run a Facebook ads. Disclaimer, I'm learning as I go, and I'm documenting and sharing with you as I go. For years, I've been boosting posts, and I've been just, half-assed running ads. But this year, I actually took the time to learn, at least get a little more professional on how to run Facebook ads. And I got to credit, I believe it's that Lifestyle Ninja is who I learned this from. He's got really good videos on how to do this, but obviously it's never been done for clinical research. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to better run a Facebook ad to recruit patients. And then we might even get into how to find doctors. Now, I have yet to run an ad for finding doctors. Disclaimer, what I got really good at was finding students for my CRA Academy through Facebook, but I know that for most of you that's not interesting. I have used Indeed.com for doctors. Forget Facebook.com. If you want to run ads professionally for your company, you want to go to business.facebook.com. It's their business manager. As you can see here, this is very different than my actual Facebook. It's my digital marketing company here. So business.facebook.com is the first place you go. Okay, now when you go, you can manage multiple pages. I have one here, and then I have some campaigns I've been running just this month. So just a few, 57 campaigns total. See, I've been busy with this stuff, but only this year have I actually been getting decent at it. So there's three levels to Facebook, really. There's the campaign level, which is really where you can have multiple ad sets per campaign, and then each ad set can have multiple ads. There's the ad set. So the campaign's really just let me create a name for my campaign. Let me edit what I want it to do. I'm going to actually create a new campaign for you from scratch. So why don't we do that first? Create a new campaign. Let's pretend like I'm trying to get patients for... I'm trying to think of a indication that's kind of difficult, but that there's something going on. Let's try uterine fibroids. Okay, so let's pretend like I'm recruiting for a uterine fibroid study, but you can recruit obviously for anything with these tactics. So I would go to create. Okay, remember business.facebook.com. Create. There's three. I'm going to start over because it thinks that I'm doing it for my CRA Academy. So start over. So here's what you can do when you create a campaign. Okay. There's awareness, consideration, conversion. There's all kinds of stuff, based on different businesses, different industries. I mean, no research clinic is trying to get app installations. No research clinic is really trying to lead gen necessarily when it comes to patients. Here's the three things you want to focus on. Okay, engagement, traffic, and conversions. Now I'm going to spend most of the time talking about traffic. Engagement, I'm going to give you a brief synopsis, Cliff Notes version of it. And by the way, I'm trying to keep this video simple. We're not going to get into some of the more super advanced Facebook ad techniques. Number one, I'm still learning them myself. But number two, there's just not enough time in the world to do that right now. But I will be doing more later. So there will definitely be a part two. And then these things change, right? So I'll definitely get into some of the more advanced tactics in future videos. But for now, just know that engagement, what you can do is there's something called social proof. And it means people are more likely to take something serious, meaning your ad will be more credible if it has more likes and more comments. So let's say you have an ad budget for $2,000 to get patients and you have 4 weeks to do it. Okay? Because I think that's about comparable for a lot of research clinics, like the budgets that they have. So let's say you have $2,000, and it's good because we're in May 2nd right now. So let's say I have until the end of May to spend $2,000 on my Facebook ad. I would take that first $20 and run a quick little engagement. I'm trying to build social proof. I'm not trying to get any leads right now for patients. I'm just trying to get likes and comments, and I'm trying to get them cheap. So I'd click on engagement, and I'm going to get post engagement, right? I'm only paying for post engagement, meaning I'm paying for likes and comments. And the United States is expensive. And remember, I'm not trying to recruit patients yet. So I would do India. Okay, and I'd get rid of the US. And I would do, that is like really good. So that's fine. And those are cheap, and that's an English speaking nation. So what I would do here on languages, you can make it English. Okay, so now the comments you're going to get are English comments, right? First of all, uterine fibroids is just women. Okay, there's no males that's going to have uterine fibroids. Yeah, I just want social proof. I don't even care if people have uterine fibroids. I just want social proof. So I'm going to post something, just target women, ages, let's say my studies, ages 18 to 65. In India, because I'm getting cheap likes and comments right now. And then I would budget schedule. I'm getting cheap likes. Remember, I'm not using my whole budget. So let's go $30 lifetime. And actually, I'm confusing myself now. We're not getting patients yet. We're just getting cheap likes. So I want this to go for a day. I want this to end tomorrow. Okay. At the same time. So I'm going to spend $30 to get probably 20 likes, maybe 1 or 2 comments. That's good enough, right? Continue. Here's where I can actually choose which page I want to run the ad on. Let's say it's Global Clinical Trials, one of my clinics. And then here's where you can get, and in the traffic part of this video, I'm going to show you how you can find images and things like that for free later on. So you can create a new post, right? So you can even just write something, or you can post a photo, and make sure if you're doing the cheap likes strategy first, which by the way is optional, you would actually want to create your ad first, like your creative. You want to have your photo that you're actually going to use. Go ahead and actually post it to your page. So I would put the photo here, and then I would put a headline, and I would put a link to the website. And so this is important because when it's over the next day, what you're going to do is you're going to go back to, let's say you spent the $30 and the campaign's over for the cheap likes. You will go to your campaigns, and you will see that one ended. It will show that it ended. So this box will be grayed out. And then what you want to do is hit duplicate. And now you can do a traffic ad. Okay, so you're using the same ad copy, which we haven't really done yet. I'm just taking you through the shortcut of how to do it. You're using the same ad as you used before, except now you're going for traffic, so you're going to spend the rest of your money. So let's say you spent $30. Now you have 1,970 left for your budget. Okay, so now this is where you'll set your limit. Let's say 1970. So this is where Facebook really starts to get cool. So right now, there's a thing here, if you go in the search bar, called Audience Insights, and it will take you to, Facebook has so much info. So let's go with everyone on Facebook because we don't have a custom audience yet. Our page is probably not big enough to be relevant for any data other than getting a lookalike audience, which is a completely different audience that you can get. But we're building an audience from scratch for uterine fibroids. So let's get some data on everyone on Facebook. And let's just look for what people who are interested in uterine fibroids are also interested in. So this right now, I'm just looking for anyone in the US. So interest, I'm just gonna try to get lucky and see if there's anything about uterine fibroids. There's probably not. So let's go with women's health. And this is why I also like to use Google Trends. So uterine fibroids. Go to Google, trends.google.com, uterine fibroids, and then you can see related things. So I would have never known, but these are related queries on Google. So you can actually look up these things on Facebook. So let's try castor oil, but hopefully it's not the motor oil. So castor oil, fibromyalgia, awareness. Maybe they just have the words fibroids. No. So this is where you gotta kind of get creative. This is why I like Google Trends. It basically tells you related topics. There's more. There's constipation. So people who also search Google for uterine fibroids also search these things. So we could put constipation, iron deficiency, breast cancer on here as well. So constipation. And I doubt anyone's actually interested in constipation. So this can kind of give you some more clues as to what interest you can put. So 23% are single, 55% married, 63% are college educated. So you can put like some women's magazines maybe. I would go, since I'm a dude, I don't really know women's magazines, so I'm gonna search Google Trends for women's magazines and see what some related interests are. So Sofia Vergara is like a related topic, so I can go put her in there. See, who would have ever guessed? So I can advertise against people who are interested in castor oil or fibromyalgia or Sofia Vergara or women's health. What else did Google Trends give me for this? Fashion magazine, Asics, Women's World magazine. So we can do Women's World magazine. Hopefully it's on there. Women's World, no. Women's World magazine, no. That one. So you won't get all of them. You can go with more topics also. I should have remembered that one. So people interested in Oprah. O magazine. The Oprah magazine right there. Fibromyalgia. So again, because I couldn't find uterine fibroids, another thing I can put in is OBGYN. People interested in information related to OBGYN. So I would use Google Trends again to do a related search for OBGYN. And some related terms are bacterial vaginosis. A lot of people searching in Cary, North Carolina. Urgent care, that's one that we're probably not going to be able to get on Facebook because those are... No, we can try. No, it's not going to work. So this is the gist of it. Like, it's difficult when you can't find actual interest for the condition. So you have to find related interests, right? Because no one's really a fan of uterine fibroids. But bigger ones like Alzheimer's, they do have. So let's say if we were recruiting for an Alzheimer's study, I mean, look at all the Alzheimer's interests that we can advertise against, right? I just happen to randomly pick a difficult one. So I would take these audience, only women, in San Bernardino. I would go to my campaign or create a new campaign. I would go for traffic. Start over. Traffic to my landing page. Remember, this is why this is important. We could have created an audience in the audience insight page, but let's just do it again here. Everyone in San Bernardino, California. And maybe I would go as far as... I'd probably go as far as 50 miles. It lets you go within a 50-mile radius. 18 to whatever the exclusion criteria said. Women. Okay. You can go English or Spanish here. Now, this is where you'll put the interest that you got from the audience insights, okay? And I'm not sure if castor oil is the right one, so I'm just going to take that out. Fibromyalgia awareness. So, where is it? Fibromyalgia. Here's a fibro community of people with fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia awareness. For some reason, it's not letting me put that interest here. Fibromyalgia awareness, I got it. So what's cool with fibromyalgia awareness is you can actually go to suggestions and get all these things that would make sense. These are related search terms. But let's go with the magazine because we're using Google Trends to help you narrow down your audience. The Oprah Winfrey Show, Oprah, and then you can just go with, basically you're going to copy and paste all these in there. Let's go with Sophia. Okay, she's there. Let's see what any more suggestions they have. Ellen. Google Trends didn't get that, so it's good to use Google Trends and the Facebook suggestions. Dr. Fibro. That's a good one. Women's Health Magazine. That's a good one. Rachel Ray. So you can just see you want this to be in the green. You don't want it to be too specific. You don't want it to be too broad. It's actually really good the way it is. We created, and we can save this audience now. So let's say we like this audience, and you can expand or contract it, but we can save this audience, and now this will be one of our uterine fibroids audience. Okay, so now it gets to the placements. So you can actually put it on Facebook. I just put it on the news feed. It's the most important. And then you can also put it on Instagram if it's a video. If it's a video under a minute, or if it's a here's the Instagram media requirement, because Facebook owns Instagram now. So you need a 15 seconds or less. So if you're going to do a video, you need 15 seconds or less to go on Instagram. So just know that you can do that too. So it's going to go on the Facebook news feed, mobile devices, budget and schedule. So let's say I'm doing, what was it, 1970, because we spent $30 on the cheap likes. And I started today, end it at the end of May. Link clicks. Okay, run ads all the time. Continue. You have to have an actual page where you can do it. So let's say we're doing it at Global Clinical Trials. Now, here's where you can do, you're creating the ad right now, the creative, and this is why I like this thing called Ad Espresso. So you go to Ad Espresso. It's a paid thing, but you can actually, I'm going to show you how to do it for free. So you just go to the Academy, and then you search, where's that search thing? Find ads now. And you can search for what other ads on Facebook or anywhere else on the internet look like for uterine fibroids. And we actually have 2 examples of what they look like. So this thing works, something like this, or a video works. And you can actually watch the video and see what kind of creative they have, so you can make something similar. And I don't know what they said. It just changes color, so it doesn't say anything. So that's what the creative is. If you can't find the creative for yours, again, go to the similar interest. Use Google Trends to find similar interest, and then see what ad works. For fibromyalgia, there was more. So there's a video. There's another video. Videos do good on Facebook, and if I had more time, I would explain why you should create a video for your Facebook ad when it comes to traffic, like I'm teaching you now. But also posts. I mean, pretty much anything works. But if you like, the best one seems to be video. So you would want to make a video, even if it's your doctor just talking about uterine fibroids. Okay, and then you want to. And then look at what the heading says, okay? New fibromyalgia awareness band. Get yours here. For a clinical trial, living with pain. Say no to big pharma. That's not good for... well, actually, it says access new clinical trials. That's free, so kind of contradicting themselves. No to big pharma, but yes to clinical trials. I guess they don't realize that it's the same thing. But you can get an idea for the headlines, right? So, access new clinical trials. It's free. Living with pain. I like that headline, so I would probably use that. Living with pain. New clinical trials for uterine fibroids. That's what I would put. So I'd go back to my ad. I would do it doesn't matter if you do a video or an image, you still need a headline. So here's where you would actually upload the video. I'm not going to do that. This is where you put your landing page. Okay, so I would just copy this here. That's where people are going to be going. You can make sure that it works. Headline. Living with pain. Learn more. This is the button. Okay, that's the headline. And then the text is new studies for uterine fibroids. I would actually put new clinical trials. And you probably want IRB approval for this. We didn't even get into that. If you're branding, let's say you have numerous uterine fibroid studies. I just did an interview with an IRB where you don't need IRB approval if you're just branding yourself, right? But this is going to be one of those cases where it's a gray area. But again, it's just the contact us page. So you can even put call in the text. You can put call us to learn more in the text. I mean, there's ways where you can do this without getting IRB approved. If you need to, use Principal IRB. I recommend them. They're very progressive, and I don't think you'll have a problem with that. So then once you're done, you hit confirm. Now you go to your, so I'm just going to show you mine with the CRA Academy because I'm not actually creating this. I don't have a uterine fibroid study, so I'm not actually creating that ad. But on the campaign level, you pick like, are you getting engagement? Are you getting traffic? Are you getting conversion? We've talked about traffic and engagement so far. So you'll see mine, CRA Academy, traffic. I click on it. Now I got the ad sets. I can actually create 2 different ad sets with different audiences for the same campaign, and then have multiple ads for it. And the ads are the creative. So the easy way to think of it is the ads are the video or the image or the headline. I'm going to turn this off. The video, the image, or the headline. The ad sets are the audience members, the lookalikes, the interest, all that stuff we just spent like 20 minutes looking at. Interests. That's the most important thing when you're targeting, is interests. And then the campaign is all the campaigns you're running. So I think I have one active campaign right now, and it's, I'm going to turn this one off, CRA Academy. And I have two. I have, see, in my ad sets, I have two different ad sets, two different audiences I'm testing. And now I have, in those ad sets, I have two separate ads. One's a video. This is a video. This is an image. If you see, the video gets way more clicks than the image. That could be because my image is not good. I don't know. They're identical as to the cost per click, but the video is just getting a lot more engagement. So that's why I run the split test. I want to see what works and what doesn't. So I'm actually going to turn the image off because it's not performing well, and it's going to republish my post. So that's basically how you run a Facebook ad in a nutshell. And I don't know, and it goes, this rabbit hole goes much deeper than this. This is just traffic. We didn't even get to the pixel part yet, where you can retarget people who clicked on certain pages on your site. For recruiting patients, it's probably not going to be something you can track, other than people who clicked on your contact us page but did not click submit. So when you hit submit, you're supposed to get a thank you page. So you would actually put a pixel here and then a pixel on the page after someone hits submit. But that gets pretty complicated. But that's pretty much how you do it. Look at how it's performing. Split test. Always split test. You can split test the creative under ads. Okay. You can split test the audience under ad sets to see what works better. So you just duplicate, and then you can change like one variable, and then same thing in the individual ad set, which here I have two. There's a variable here that's different. And then you see which one's performing better, you turn the other one off. And then same thing with the creative, you see which one's performing better, you turn the other one off, and you basically allocate most of your money towards that one. I'm not publishing those, so I don't care. And that's it. So that's how you run a Facebook ad like a pro. The most important thing is get the engagement, get the cheap engagements, and then you take that same post and you run a traffic ad, and then make sure you get a landing page set up, and then make sure you get the interest proper, and make sure you get the creative proper using Ad Espresso and Google Trends to get some of the a combination of Google Trends and Facebook suggestions. So if you don't find your exact medical condition, which uterine fibroids, I'm kind of glad I picked it because I knew you probably couldn't find it. You can find ancillary interests. So hopefully that helps, and hopefully it's not too confusing, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.